Welcome viewers. In this video we are going to learn the different types of gearboxes and types of gear transmissions in unit number 3 transmission system. Myself Mr. S.P. Udgave, Department of Mechanical Engineering, SIT COE. The introduction that is related with the gearbox. A transmission or gearbox provides a speed and torque conversion from a rotating power source to another device using gear ratios including motor vehicle partially or partly, that is a because of that is a limitation of the internal combustion engines usually found near motors of some sort, that is gearboxes are used to reduce the load on motor by using the motor's own momentum to keep it turning. Once a motor has reached a numbers of revolution per minute, it is advisable for operator to increase the gear to drop the revolution on the motor and still keep a same amount of power created. This reduces the wear on engine and allows more control and allows the greater speeds. Now the gearbox principle. The figure shows the animation, that is if the input shaft is connected to the small cog, the output shaft is connected to the large, and two are meshed together in gearbox, then it will take the several turns of the input shaft to make the output turns once. This principle is used to achieve a speed or torque conversion in gearbox. Now you can see the figure. In this figure, that is a gearbox. After transmitting the power from the engine to the flywheel and the clutch arrangement, it comes to the gearbox. To vary the speed or speed ratio, we can use the gearbox as per the requirement of the vehicle condition or wheel road conditions. We can vary the speed. So for the variation of the speed, we require that is a input shaft. Now input shaft that is a connected to the small cog. That is the input shaft that is having the smaller, that is a gear. It is connected with the larger one, that is a large one, and then it is a transmitted to the output shaft. So when it turns, numbers of turns, it is a takes place by the small gear. That at that time the gear or the particularly mounted gear on the gearbox on the lay shaft, it will rotate only one turn. For that, that is a this principle we can take and we can vary the speed of the vehicle as per the requirement of the road conditions. So that is the basic principle of the gearbox. Now types of gearbox we can use, that is a sliding mesh gearbox, constant mesh gearbox, synchro mesh gearbox, epicyclic gearbox. An engine may consist one or more gearbox, or there may be gearboxes which are mixture of these types. So first we go through the sliding mesh gearbox, its construction and working and application of the sliding mesh gearbox. So the clutch shaft is connected to the engine output and the rotates when the engine rotate. Now you can see the figure. So in this figure, that is a clutch shaft or clutch gear. It is mounted on the clutch shaft, and this gear, it is a continuously, that is a meshing with the lay shaft gear, and that is a power comes or torque comes from the engine. It is transmitted to the lay shaft. This is the main shaft and this is the lay shaft. The lay shaft on which we can mount the numbers of gear as well as the idler gear. So numbers of speed variation as well as the first, reverse, second and third gear. We can transmit the numbers of ratios of speeds with the help of lay shaft to the main shaft. Now the a gear is mounted on the clutch. clutch shaft which is connected with the gear of the lay shaft. The lay shaft has the several gears, one of which is connected to the gear of clutch shaft and other gear is connected with the different gear of the main shaft. To the obtain the different gear ratios, also one gear on the lay shaft it is a reverse gear and has a idler gear which is placed between the lay shaft gear and the main shaft gear, that is when it is operated. So in between that to vary or the that is the direction of the rotation of the main, that is a clutch gear, it is on the shown in this figure. So similar way, that is in opposite direction, that is the lay shaft will be rotate and that will be transfer the motion to the main shaft by using the second, third, first or reverse gear. For the reverse gear we can use the idler gear that is mounted in between the main shaft and lay shaft, that is called as idler gear. And the main shaft has a several gears and these gears can slides over, that is a main shaft, and to mesh with the different gears of the main shaft. So that is a spline shaft, it is provided, that is a used to slide the gears on the main shaft and easily they can transmit the uh, gear speed to the differential. Now construction of the sliding mesh gearbox or working of the sliding mesh gearbox, that is a first, there is a clutch shaft is driven by engine, it is carries the engine output and the rotates the same on the direction of that engine. The gear is connected to the clutch shaft also rotates. As a clutch shaft rotates, the lay shaft gear which is connected to the clutch and the shaft gear also rotate but in opposite direction. So the lay shaft that is rotates due to the rotation of the lay shaft gear that is rigidly fixed in the lay shaft. Due to rotation of the lay shaft, the other gears of the lay shaft also rotate and all gears in the lay shaft are rigidly fixed including the reverse gear. The main the gears on the main shaft, that is internally, that is a spline, and the main shaft also, that is a spline one. So the gears of the main shaft can slide over it and the gear of the main shaft are shifted and meshed with the different gears of the lay shaft to obtain the different gear ratios required to the face different road problems. Now you can see the figure. In this figure, that is a already we have seen, that is a this is the main or this is the input shaft connected to the engine. This is the lay shaft and this is the main shaft, that is a spline shaft. For the to obtain different gear ratios we can use this arrangement in sliding mesh gearbox. Now we can see the different gear transmission or gear shifting in next slide. So first one, that is the first gear, the figure shows the power is transmitted. So these numbers are shown in this figure. So these are the numbers of teeths provided. So this is 43 teeths and this is a 17 teeth, 24 teeth, 33, 43. So we can use the numbers of gear ratios or gear teeth that is mounted on the, that is the input shaft, and this is a mounted on the counter shaft, it is also called as a lay shaft, and this is a main shaft. So for the first gear for transmission, the first gear it is a transmission, it is a connected with the first gear is used to time when, that is a vehicle starts its momentum in forward direction. The first gear it is a provides the maximum torque is required and minimum speed, and this gear is obtained when the smallest gear on the lay shaft meshes with the biggest gear on the main shaft. Now you can see the figure, that is shown, that is smallest gear on the lay shaft that is meshes with the biggest gear on the main shaft. So this is the smallest gear that is having 17 teeth, that is mesh with the 43 teeth of the main shaft, and first, at the time of starting, we require maximum torque and minimum acceleration. So we can achieve through this gear ratio. So in this first gear, that is a low speed and high acceleration we can obtain. So animation also shows that is a engagement of the first gear with the smallest gear and the largest gear, we can transmit the maximum torque to the wheels. Now second gear, that is a some amount of difference between the first and second gear. Second gear, that is a numbers of teeth on the lay shaft. Now you can see a figure, that is a second figure. In this figure we can see the particularly, that is a 27 teeth gear, it is meshes with the 33 teeth gear on the main shaft. So torque, it is reduced and the speed increases. And that is when, that is a particularly when vehicle it is a propelled, we can use the second gear, that is obtained when second gear, it is the largest gear of the second smallest gear of the lay shaft meshes with the middle size gear and the main shaft. And second gear provides the lower torque and higher speed than the first gear. So slightly less acceleration it is required and the bit more speed. So somewhat that is a increased speed in second gear we can obtain through the, that is a engagement of the this lay shaft gear and main shaft gear. Now the, the third gear, that is a engagement. Also we can gradually increase the numbers of teeth on the lay shaft. That is the third gear is the last gear or the top gear of the sliding mesh gearbox. This is a gear, it is obtained when biggest gear of the lay shaft meshes with the smallest gear on the main shaft. This gear, it is provides the maximum speed and minimum power. Now we can you can see in this figure, that is a largest gear having 36 teeth, that is a mesh with the smallest that is gear, that is having the 24 teeth on the main shaft. So in this we can obtain the even less acceleration compared with the first two gears and the higher speed compared with the initial gears. And finally, that is a reverse gear. So for the reverse gear we can that is a use the idler gear. Reverse gear is used when that is a vehicle needs to move in opposite direction. In this gear, the rotation of the output shaft and the main shaft is reversed by placing an idler gear between the lay shaft gear and the main shaft gear, which changes the direction of the rotation of the output shaft, that is output shaft, that is shown in this figure. The particularly input it is provided, that is a constantly meshing gear, and from the smallest gear, that is with the, that is a idler gear, that is a direction we can reverse with the help of idler gear, and that is provided to the output shaft or main shaft. So we can, for at the time of that is a opposite direction, that is a propelling the vehicle, we require this type of reverse gear. Now you can see the animation in this, the working, that is a speed reduction and numbers of gears, the particularly how the gearbox that will be shift the gears. So first, that is a engine will be that is a transmit the power to the flywheel to the clutch to the gearbox first gear engagement, and that will goes to the differential, and then that differential will 90-degree, that will be transfer the torque or power to the axle. This is a front engine front wheel drive, and equally that is a power distribution, it is done in first gear to the wheels. So at the time of starting we require the first gear. In second gear, that is a the dog or clutch, that is a moves, sorry, that is a dog moves, and the second third gear continuously, that is a meshing, we can vary the numbers of, that is a gear ratios. And finally, that is a reverse gear we can take with the help of, that is a gear shifting. So this sliding mesh gearbox, it is having some advantages and disadvantages. First, that is a since only one gear is in mesh with the sliding mesh gearboxes, so less fluctuating loads on shafts causing less vibration and noise. That is unlike in constant mesh gearbox in which all gears are in constant mesh. Its efficiency is more than the constant mesh gearbox, as only one gear is meshes, unlike the constant mesh gearbox. And it is a manufacturing is easy as compared with the constant mesh gearbox, and its mechanism is simple compared with the constant mesh gearbox. And finally, that is a disadvantage of the sliding mesh gearbox. Only spur gears can be used for the, that is a gear are not in constant mesh, like that is a constant mesh gearbox. We can use the helical and the herringbone gears can be used. And in this having another disadvantage, that is a more effort is required to engage the gear, as the gear has to be slided, and the sliding mesh gearbox, unlike the constant mesh gearbox where only dog clutch has to be slided for the engagement of the different gears. Third one, that is a disadvantage, is the less life of gears, as more wear and tear of the gear is caused in sliding mesh gearbox due to the friction, and it takes the more time and the money to replace the gears if gearbox fails. And but in constant mesh gearbox, only dog clutches are need to be replaced at failure, which takes the less time and money. So some, these are the some advantages and disadvantages. Next is the part applications. Now sliding mesh gearbox is usually in alpha 12 HP, that is a horsepower, that is a 4-speed manual transmission. It is also usually in Fiat 6 HP, that is a with 3-speed manual transmission, and also usually in Mercedes 35 horsepower. So these are the some applications. Thank you. Stay connected for the next videos.